News First, Newsline Prime with Faraz Shaukatali.
And a very good evening to you and welcome to Newsline Prime, live from the News First studios in Dawson Street in Colombo, right next door to the Capital Maharaja head office. And this afternoon, the media, various media institutions came under, well, okay, let's call it intimidation from a bunch of political lackeys who've obviously got nothing better to do. Well, you know, all I can say is don't touch, don't regret, because when you do it to the Capital Maharaja Group, we've got a hell of a lot of experience in handling on these matters. In 1983, we were burnt to the ground. Today, we are bigger and better than ever before. So we are meaner and leaner, and that's the way it is. We came under attack in 2009, 10 years ago. They tried to destroy our operating center in Depanu. Thank God the Claymore bomb didn't explode fully. And we're back here. And we're back here once again, bigger and better than we ever were. And so these little palpitations don't move us. On the contrary, they help us focus better on what we do best, which is representing the people and their interests. This evening, joining me on Newsline Prime is Mr. Rusiripala and the one and only Wasantha Samarasinga. Very good evening, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you, and very good evening to all.
And what did you think about it, Mr. Wasantha? Some of your party members also there, taking a dig at the media. When what have we done wrong?
Today, yes, Faraz. Today we are trying to discuss Newsline regarding the past 4 years of after the presidential election.
Indeed.
And so many issues with the bond scam and bond reports and the presidential commission report.
Yes.
But suddenly we have to talk about these issues because of some organization and some gatherings went to media place, and there is some issues. As a party, we have very clear, we want to say, as a party, we have no any organization structure or participation as a party to this gathering. But if there's any incidents, we have a way to protest and give their views to country or people or place or anybody.
Yeah.
There's a proper way to democratic way. Anything happen against the media or any place, we are not accepting that. Any people can protest, but that should be in a democratic way.
Indeed.
Otherwise, that will be illegal.
If we play some of those clips from this afternoon, you'll see that it was anything but democratic. Now, they were wearing black masks and all sorts of jolly things, and they don't really expect us to take delivery of anything when we can't capture their images on camera. Anybody coming into our reception areas, we get many people here to deliver whatever it is, and they're all captured on camera, and it's a bit like using the ATM. You can't really go into the bank wearing a full face helmet, can you? And it's the same with the ATM. And it's common courtesy that when you come into somebody else's reception, that you act with normal decency and not act as what they did. You know, let's play a clip and let's listen to. Let's have a look. And if the microphones are left open, we can discuss it. What's going on? Now, this is in front of ITN, for example, right? And they just, as you can see, look, they've covered their faces. They're trying to cover it, but I mean, some of them are still easily identifiable.
But do you have any information whether they were also trying to deliver the same letter that they are claiming to other places as well?
Well, apparently they have been trying to deliver some form of letter.
Not only to Sirasa.
Not only to Sirasa, no. And they're taking umbrage with all sorts of things. Now, the thing is, Mr. Rusiripala, that if you want to deliver a letter and be, and here you go, here's this guy, you know, what does he think he is? He's acting. He's nothing but just a thug, right? A political stooge, a lackey, acting clearly on the instructions of some political tool. All right? Now, if you remember, who do you think said, let's both of you, if you can remember, who do you think first brought the whole issue of this black media? Who was it?
I mean, that's not a secret, you know, about a fortnight back, this question of media intimidation was initiated by no one other than the Prime Minister himself.
Right.
In the Parliament. You know, he very clearly used these words, Kalu Madhya.
That's right.
Black media. You know, he enunciated and gave a name to it and then christened it by saying Kalu Madhya.
Yes.
And the people whom we saw today, this bunch of people, you know, nothing but hooliganism.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't go anything beyond normal hooliganism.
Yeah.
And it is definitely some kind of act towards intimidation, if possible. I know whether you all stations like this will get intimidated with such acts, you know, such mean acts. That apart, I mean, it's nothing going beyond that. So they tried this in line with what was said in Parliament by the Prime Minister.
Let me just say this. In Parliament, the Prime Minister said that in January they will give the names. And to me, in my mind, that is the concluding, the link between the Prime Minister saying that and these people manifesting themselves here in January. Because that's exactly what the Prime Minister said. On that note, we'll just go for a short break. Don't go away. After all, this is Newsline Prime.
News First, Newsline Prime with Faraz Shaukat Ali.
And welcome back to Newsline Prime. We're in conversation with Mr. Rusiripala Tenakun and Mr. Wasantha Samarasinha. Mr. Rusiripala, the Prime Minister referred to the black media first, as far as I can remember, and he also said that it is in January that he will give all the names of this black media. Well, that's his link. That's the link between these so-called protesters and who do they think they are, just walking around and threatening people? Have they forgotten that there is one person who's serving a life sentence in a Colombo prison?
Yeah.
And one of the things that he did was he went around on election day threatening people. But that was on election day. These people are trying their luck, trying to do the same thing. That's how I saw it.
Yeah. It's a different form of manifestation. You know, we have seen this idea of threatening the media directly and indirectly taking shape in different forms in this country. The first time we saw in the recent past, I mean there are many instances if you go deep into the history, that's not necessary. Take the very recent memory line. Now what we saw was in the bond scam affair, everybody was alert to that subject at that time because it was of very great interest to everyone. For the Prime Minister to make his first statement in reply to the JVP leader's question that he raised in the Parliament about the bond scam on the 17th of March, there instead of elaborating what we sought from him as an explanation as the minister in charge of the subject
Of the central bank.
Central bank,
Yes.
he went on to the extent of castigating every media leader in this country by name. By name.
Because that was his way of trying to tell us all to shut up.
That was a very bad start. In fact, that was the first time after the Yahapalana government came into power.
Yeah.
You know, there he completely demolished that that mentality, that mindset that people had, you know, about the government. You know, they expected media freedom, they expected the freedom of expression, they in fact expected laws to be brought, the right of information, the right of expression and all that, and amendment to the constitution embodying all those features.
And Mr. Rusiripala, you know, you're saying they're absolutely spot on. Because if we listen to this clip, if we play this clip,
yes,
I see no difference between that statement in Parliament
yes,
on the 17th of March 2015 and what happened this afternoon. Come on, control room, let's have a look at that clip.
දේශපාලන වශයෙන් ඉතාම පට්ටුගත් කටයුතු කරමින් විද්‍යාවන් වපුරමින් ජාතිවාදය වපුරමින් එක ආණ්ඩුව වලට එක කල්ලි කණ්ඩායම් වලට සම්පූර්ණ සහයෝගය පළ කරමින් මේ මාධ්‍ය හැසිරෙන මේ ජඩ මාධ්‍යකරණයට අපි විරෝධය පළ කරන්න තමයි අද දවස් ඇතුළත අපි යොදාගන්නේ. ආරාජා මාධ්‍ය ආයතන නිසා අපි ඒකට විරෝධය පළ කරන්න සහ යම් විදිහේ පත්‍රිකාවක් මේ අපේ දීවිලක් කියනවා ඒකට බාල අධිකාරියට ව්‍යාපාරික අංශයට දැක්කන්නේ ඒක බදාලුව අපි භාරතයෙන් තමයි ආවේ ගෲප්
Now, this is the kind of intimidatory tactic. This is the kind of intimidatory speech and tactic that these various political lackeys make use of. And they, hopefully, they think that they will get political patronage out of this. Well, there are so many people who feel like a used birth control substance, right? Because they've been dumped. They've been used and dumped. There are several. I can have one name springs to my mind, and that is a former policeman, Mr. Dagi Piris. I won't go more about that. But this is what happens. Do you think, Mr. Wasantha Samarasinghe, that
There's so many incidents, and we saw about the video clips also, video clips also in here. Since when we talk about the media freedom and intermediation of the media, from 2005 to up to now, there was so many incidents. But people are rejected in 2015, 8th of January. People are reject that, and people want to get media freedom, and the people are accepting not only the private media, even the public.
The state media.
The state media. The Prime Minister doesn't talk about that, no? Why is that? Then the people who want to know political intimidation by the media group or some company, that's depend on them. They are the businessmen. They have a business. And not only that, the media station, what was the role they play within last few months? So many incidents we can get if we go through the last 2-3 months. There was a political conspiracy, and after that so many media station, what was happening there. Not only that, and you remember in 26th of October, state media station captured by the group. That kind of thing also happened. I want to say regarding these issues, anybody don't have a right to threaten the people or institution by themselves. If there is any issues with the media or any people or any person or any institution or any group, then they should have followed the law.
Absolutely.
They can't violate the law of country, rule of the country. That is the thing. That is the thing. That's why I want to say the incident of what's happened today. So many media station and printer media, that newspapers, the gathering of this group, so many groups went to hand over the letter, and incident was happened there. They also have responsible. If they want to hand over the letter, then they should have go and talk to them and openly, as you mentioned. They have protest. They may be wearing a black or white or anything, but when they want to go inside the institution or station or meet the people, they should have come under that organization's law. Otherwise,
actually, not even the organization's law, the normal law.
Normal law. Not only that, even normal law. Police also can't get into any home without the permission of court. No.
That's right.
That is the law of country. Then anybody want to go inside and they want to hand over the letter, then they should have come and openly. They have to tell, this is our demand, we want to hand over this letter to this.
Because I think what they don't realize, Mr. Rusiripala, is that even though this is a place that the public can come to certain areas, they do so because we love it. And the final decision on that is up to us, because this is ours. It's like your house. If you want someone to come, you'll open the gate and let them in. But if you don't want to, you'll keep it shut and you'll say, I'm not letting you in. And the chances of you letting, or your wife letting you in, or letting somebody in when you're covered up in black and acting like a complete pillock, then the chances are absolutely remote.
I think those who designed the strategy have resorted to a hilarious way of doing it, not serious. This is rather hilarious for a group representing themselves for democracy, for media freedom, to come in this form and then act in this manner. It's very unfortunate that those who design these strategies resort to such low levels. They seem to forget that there is a reaction. For every action has a reaction. No?
Yes.
I mean, the way that this has been designed, it looks a joke. And it definitely infers certain things that no one can deny. Where it originated, how it extended, and what is this manifestation.
Indeed.
These are the things that for the people who know what is going on, this is the conclusion that we can come.
And also the people who gather into some idea and they want to do something. But finally what was happened? As she mentioned, when the action is wrong, reaction also will be very hard.
Indeed.
That's the thing. That's right. If they gather in something to say to media station or media people, then they should have come proper way. They have a right to protect, but the thing, they should have followed the law.
And that's why I say here, don't touch, don't regret. Because 10 years ago, when the Parliament was burnt down and bombed as well, none other than one Ranil Wickremesinghe reminded the public that you couldn't put out the Sirasa flame. That's what he said. You can't put out this flame. Well, I'm glad he said that, because that means 10 years ago he had his senses about him. So that's what he said then. So I don't know why and what's changed in the 10 years since. And today we see what he promised in Parliament not long ago. He said that this black media, complete with the names, will come out in January.
Faraz, it sounds very odd for a person in full responsibility and control of affairs of the government to make a statement that he is going to let out the names, he is going to name the media as black media. The whole entire gamut of media is taken care of by the law of this country. This is not something that a wild, mad group should take care of. No. There is a clean law where certain regulations, certain requirements, certain performances that you are compulsorily required to follow as a media station are stated in the law. And if that cannot be enforced, if that cannot be controlled under such laws.
Yeah.
I mean, this type of acts, I mean, I don't know what do you call them to brand it? What type of action is that? What is the authority behind these things? The law should take care of the control of the managing of the media. The laws are very clear. There are certain norms, certain yardsticks, certain spaces that they have allowed the media to function under. When that is there, why do you need these mad groups to come and suggest things?
Indeed.
It's totally unnecessary. That means the law is not effective, or the people who are in control of the law and
make it ineffective.
Make it ineffective and take the law of the jungle to take the place.
Indeed. And that is only in their vested interests.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mr. Wasantha, why do you think people who have a little bit of power want to hang on to it forever?
As we discuss in here, and we watch in the video also, the thing, the previous incident also, the today incident, and previously so many incidents were heard, and we talk about that, as you mentioned in Burn, bomb to the Sirius also. In our country, media have a big role to play.
Yeah.
That is why people always with the media. Then some people are disagree, some people are agree. Some media station, they have some political agenda, or some personal agenda, or some supporting group agenda, or anything.
Yeah.
But that depends on them, no. How can we control it? But the thing is, people have media also have responsibilities to give a correct data to the people, country. That is also responsible of the media. The thing is, if there is anything happen without the law and violating the law, then there may be some mechanism to maintain and investigate the media station and even the news. If there is anything happen, then they can investigate and control everything. But the thing is, in previously and presently, people accepting as they wish, and as a person, I also accepting.
Yeah.
This if it is happen, that's better. But that is my acceptation.
Indeed.
No, but everybody have that kind of acceptation.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there is so many things to control and manage. Then we can't accept it. Everything will happen on my acceptation. No.
Yeah.
That is the main thing. So, in incident was happened today, if the people try to hang or try to sabotage or try to attack or try to threat,
Yeah. Well,
as
they
a party,
certainly did that.
as a party, we are not accepting that.
But some of your members were there.
No, that's why I want to tell Faraz. Some members, maybe there, because so many gatherings and so many organizations were there.
So you don't have, your leader doesn't have so much control?
Why not? As a party, as an organization, and in the umbrella organization, we doesn't
You must
support
take
this.
some action against them. You must
Because
make
of,
some discipline.
Yeah, because of who are the participate with that gathering,
Yeah.
that movements.
Chuck them out of the party. Cancel
The
their
thing
membership.
thing is, the people who are involved with the matter, they
Yes.
should have a responsible.
Let's bring Mr. Rusiripala in for the last 2 or 3 minutes here. What do you think, Mr. Rusiripala?
Faraz, the media in this country
Yeah.
are shaping the culture of the media in a different direction now.
Yeah.
I mean, we hold with great respect that attitude and that direction. And this was something that the whole, in the international scenario, that was available many years ago. But unfortunately, belatedly though, we are now getting into that culture. What is that culture? Openly criticize, tell the truth, talk the truth. Tell what is black and what is white to the people. Use the media for that purpose. If you only want the media to hail somebody or to say speak good of somebody, then that media is useless.
Of course.
Useless. I use that word. It might as well get out of the scene.
Yes.
But the culture of the media today, the leadership has been taken by Sirasa. We have been part and parcel of that thing. We have participated in many critical programs where we fearlessly spoke the truth. What we knew, fearlessly to what will happen to us if not for the media freedom that we enjoyed and that you inculcated, it could not have been possible. Therefore, we are hurt about such tactics, third-grade tactics, where if there is any finger to be pointed at the media for something that they have done excessively or wrongly, it can be done in a better way, in a democratic way, in a more acceptable way, in a more preferred way. But these are third-grade tactics. These strategies to plan these things have to be wholeheartedly condemned. That's all.
They're just as third grade as whatever it is that happened at Batalanda. And unfortunately, that report has never really seen the proper light of day. Well, I find both these the same. As much as I find the attacks on journalists and intimidation and so on. In actual fact, Sri Lanka hasn't changed much. And if you examine the record, Ranil Wickremesinghe's party, what they've done is only achieved, whatever they've achieved is merely cosmetic. There is nothing of substance. If there is, I'd like to know about it. Rusiripala Terakode and Wasantha Samsingha, thank you very much, gentlemen, for being here on a day that all those people out there that you can see through the sheets of glass there, they're all young people, all committed people who've joined this organization without fear because they have a passion to serve the people in this way by having the courage to be different, to report so that the people can decide. And when unsavory elements come around and try to threaten us, we've only got 2 sentences. Don't touch, don't regret. On that note, take care, have a great evening, and God bless you.
News First, Newsline Prime with Faraz Shaukat Ali.